has not come in yet. And we've got John Reynolds joining us with the North Decatur FFA. We had John in back at Christmas time, right?
Yeah.
And you're back.
Yep.
So
I am.
you've been working on your project for it'll go to state, correct?
No, so I will compete at our district contest.
District.
2 weeks from Saturday.
Okay. And so you've been working on writing the unwritten story of agriculture.
Yes, I have been. So I started out as soon as I heard what the theme was. It's kind of like, okay, how can I take this theme of unwritten and create this exhibit and just kind of go through and take this exhibit, make an exhibit and see what I can do with it. And then I just kind of started talking it around with my family and that. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I could take our current members, our past members in the community and write their stories so their stories can be documented in our history.
So I am very impressed. You said you've got right around 70 entries already.
Yeah, so it's like 64, 65, so I got a lot, and there's a lot of good information in there for everybody. Still plenty of time. If you get on your website and you can fill it out, the sooner you get it filled out, the more likely it is that I'll be able to get you included.
So tell us what your project looks like. Have you built it yet?
So I have not built it yet. That's what I'm gearing up for next week is going to be the actual building phase. We kind of did a last minute change on our design. I was originally going to do a triangular prism.
Uh-huh.
And then I kind of just changed it to I'm going to make it look like a book.
Oh, okay.
Because
love that.
Doing the unwritten, it's going to be a book, just look like a giant book. Then we'll have a TV in the center where I'll be playing. I'm going to have a couple interviews with some people to have an interview playing with a couple featured stories. So these featured stories I'm looking at right now is stewards.
Okay.
Reaching out to the stewards. For our community part, for alumni, Blaine Wagner and his state office. I know he's gone to national several times. He's just somebody who's great. He did a lot, and then he's still doing a lot of good stuff up at Purdue. Then I would like to do Garrett with his greenhouse and that part of his SAE. And then Zeke Dillon with he does goat soap.
Okay.
So those are kind of my featured stories.
What I love about those features is every one of them, it's still agriculture, but every one of them is different.
Yes, they're all different. You have people who were raised on a farm, but then you've got people who weren't necessarily as much on a farm, but he still is doing lots of good things and doing biochemistry, which don't understand it, but Blaine does Blaine.
Blaine does Blaine, that's right. So as you've been collecting these stories, have you come across anything that's really surprised you or that you really didn't know?
I was very overwhelmed in the beginning over the number of responses I was getting because it just I shared it out in the beginning and just kind of waited. And those first few days, I'd be like, oh, I just got another one. And I'd sit down and immediately read it. And then a little while later, after I had pushed it out, went in the newspaper, been on a couple other news places, I was like, okay, I can't sit here and constantly, every single time I get that alert, be like, I gotta kind of wait. And so I've not read through every single full response because there's so many, and I've been working on that. But I've seen a lot of great stories. There was one guy I don't know the name off the top of my head. He was actually talking about how he was the first group of students from North Decatur that went to the national convention when it was in Kansas City. So when they actually finally let them go to Kansas, so that was kind of a really cool one, and just everybody's story is different. So
you're still collecting though. So if you're listening to us, you don't. And here's what I think the best part about FFA is: you don't have to be on a farm.
No, you do.
You don't have to have a cow.
Nope.
It's such a wide variety when you look at agriculture, broad spectrum.
Yeah, there's so many different things you can do with it. So many different contests and different events that you can compete in and just have fun with different people and maybe learn a couple new skills that you didn't know that you could.
Now, if they want to submit their story, so anybody out there that has an agriculture connection, so we can talk crop insurance, we can talk guys at the co-op, your farmers. If they still want to submit their story to you, how can they go about doing that?
So it's on. I know there's a link on your website.
Yes.
And then if you go to my Facebook, John Reynolds, it's on there. You can also just shoot me an email at johnr11308@gmail.com. You just shoot me an email. I can send you the link. Now the big thing that I am looking for is pictures. If you have pictures and the story behind the pictures, just send it to that email, johnr11308@gmail.com, and I will get those taken care of because I need pictures with their stories.
We are so excited to see your final project because I know this has been something you worked hard on. I've talked to your mom about it, and I think you've had the whole team cheerleading for you, right?
It's really been kind of cool to see what this little idea has, and just reaching out to all these different people has done for me, and I think it's going to be really cool. If I go to state, I go to state. If I don't, I don't.
You're still proud of it.
I'm still proud that I have the work that I have put into it and the effort. Everybody can tell that this has been something that I've really cared about, because there's not been a day where I kind of woke up and like, okay, what's next? What do I have to do next? There for a while, I was kind of like, well, there's nothing I can really do, but what can I still do?
So when the final project, you're going to have the TV in the center. Are you going to be compiling the stories as well?
So yeah, I'm going to go through, and while there's about 8 to 10 questions on every response, there's 3 different versions. There's one for the community members, there's one for alumni, and then there's one for students. I'll go through. I'm right now looking I'll find 10 to 15 good quotes, good stories for each section. So 10 good members, 10 to 15 good community supporters, 10 to 15 good alumni, and then I'll go through and just pick out different segments, hopefully get some pictures, and just be like, this is that story. And then I'll kind of it'll kind of go through those stories, and then it'll kind of show a featured story with an interview or whatever that big section is. And then it'll kind of move on and just loop.
So when your project is completed, we could potentially be able to put it on our website. So that
yes, I could send you the video.
That'll be really exciting because I think people are super interested to see.
Yeah, I know that everybody, because yesterday I started sending out texts and emails to the different people to get these pictures and stories, and people are just overwhelming. Like, I love this idea and I can't wait to see what happens. And I know I can't wait to see what it'll look like in the very end. Because every day I have no idea, like, ooh, I can incorporate this, or I can incorporate this, and it's just kind of like, what's next?
You know, you came to mind. I was at the Ag Day breakfast a couple weekends ago. It was on a Saturday, and as I sat and I looked around that room, I felt like that was your project, because everybody in that room had some tie to agriculture. But again, I don't know everybody's story. So whether it was insurance, it was finance. Just a very cool concept, and you came to mind. I thought, this is his story right here. He's writing it, so we're excited to see the end result.
I'm excited too.
Now the National FFA Week is coming up.
Yes, that's next week.
And North Decatur knows how to do it up right.
Yep. So we are going to kind of kick it off on Friday. We at the North Decatur basketball game. It's senior night. We are going to we're selling root beer floats for $5.
Oh, yum.
We are doing if you come in and you're a North Decatur FFA alumni, you do get one free.
Very cool.
And all proceeds are going to the Bread of Life.
Very nice.
We have on Monday,
this is next week, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So on Monday, all of our officers and executive committee are wearing official dress all day at school, and we are having our proclamation with the mayor. We always do the proclamation just as a really cool way to get them involved in our activities. Then we're gonna have a members' night at Top Flight that night.
Oh, how fun!
We're also having daily trivia throughout the school. Tuesday we have our staff appreciation breakfast, so we'll get there bright and early, cook them breakfast, serve it to them, and that. And then also on Sunday, students are having the opportunity to drive tractors to school. They'll sit until Wednesday. Wednesday they'll take them home. Wednesday we'll do a staff snack bar, and then we are also doing there's about 5 to 10 of us, I think, that are going to the Bread of Life Wednesday evening to help out there as our community service. Thursday we have the North Decatur Elementary Petting Zoo, so we'll spend all day out in the ag shop with animals and just kind of letting these kids see, because not every student that has the opportunity to necessarily make it out to the fair or whatever to see animals and get that real life exposure to the different animals. I think is going to be an alpaca. So,
oh, exciting!
So that'll be fun for them to see stuff that they don't even get to see at the zoo or that. And then we'll end it on Friday with Barnyard Olympics at the end of the day. It's always a fun experience.
So much to celebrate next week.
So much.
Well, we're excited to hear about it, and send that information as you guys complete your different projects. That'll be celebrated at Greensburg and South Decatur as well. So
they have their own activities planned. Not sure what all they're doing, but I know we've worked really hard on getting stuff planned, and it's going to be a good week.
All right. So once again, we're still working on the story of agriculture, the unwritten story. If you're out there listening and you have any tie, we don't care what it is.
I don't. If you were a member, and I don't care whether you were north, south, Greensburg. If you were a member, send in your story. If you are a member and you are listening to this, then submit the story, because I would love to get every single person's story that's out there in this project.
They can either go on our website and scan that QR code, or what's your email address?
My email is johnr11308@gmail.com.
All right, John, we're very proud of you. We're excited to see this project. What are you going to build your book out of, your display? Is that going to be out of?
We're mainly doing wood.
Okay.
I'm kind of still trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to make it look like the book, but we are definitely trying to aim for it to look like a book, and then it'll be 2x4s and plywood.
All right. Well, we are excited to see the final project. We wish you the best of luck. Again, everything's on our website, so if you have your story to submit, please do so. And we'll be waiting for the final project, John.
Yeah, I'll be sure to reach out as soon as I'm done.
And when will it be judged?
So it'll be judged on Saturday the 7th.
Okay.
So 2 weeks from Saturday.
Not far away, is it?
Nope, not at all.
Very good. Well, good luck, John, and we'll be looking forward to seeing that final project. It's 10:42 here on Tree Country 1330.